time again for Film Focus. Here's Mike Laidman with what's new in local theaters.
After the two entries, both of which were pretty dramatic and only one of which was really any good, we return with what is in fact a sci-fi movie, which doesn't really feel like it's a sci-fi movie, and also historical drama. First, it's Glass, which is actually the culmination in a series that began in 2000 with Unbreakable, and which nobody realized was actually supposed to be a trilogy until 2016's Split came out. Well, now we get to see how it all pans out. Then it's on to Kursk, the story of the sinking of the Russian submarine of the same name. Welcome to another edition of Film Focus. I'm Mike Laidman.
It's amazing to meet you.
It wasn't until the final moments of the wonderful Split from a couple years ago that people realized that both it and Unbreakable were a part of the same universe and that it was meant to be a trilogy. It was only a matter of time before we got the final entry. Bruce Willis returns as David Dunn, as does Samuel L. Jackson as Elijah Price, also known by his pseudonym Mr. Glass. James McAvoy reprises his role as Kevin Wendell Crumb and the multiple identities who reside within. Following the conclusion of Split, Glass finds Dunn pursuing Crumb's superhuman figure of the Beast in a series of escalating encounters, while the shadowy presence of Price emerges as an orchestrator who holds secrets critical to both men. So, does it live up to its own hype? Short answer, no. It teeters between sticking in reality and its superhero roots, never fully embracing either to its own detriment. There are, of course, slivers scattered here and there of what could have been, but not enough to really call Glass a success.
Last name, Glass.
The story of the Kursk follows the fateful events of the submarine of the same name during the largest Russian naval exercises in 10 years, where it was lost with all hands after experiencing a series of explosions. What makes this such an interesting story is the fact that the whole situation was so botched by the Russian government and that there exists so much that is still unknown about what happened behind the scenes. Kursk is a perfectly adequate by-the-numbers action melodrama, but where it shines the most is when it's exploring the thorniest and most provocative elements of a somewhat unknown story. The film honors the victims and their families with a sincere depiction of the events that happened, but perhaps more importantly, of the people affected by this avoidable tragedy.
For both of us, you are my forever.